Hey, this is Sam Black with my 5th match with Duskwatch Recruiter Ramp in Standard. I'm on the draw, but I have a very good hand, so of course I'm going to keep. Well, Plains was scary, but Plains no play is much less scary. This is interesting. I don't have any ramp. I already have a Hydra. I think I just want to take the forest here. Great draw. Not the card I was hoping to see there. That's not good. Now I need to draw a shrine to be able to cast Ulamog, and it's conceivable that it would not be enough. So if my opponent just has nothing ever, then I can still win this game. Dead to that. So last time I played this match, I sideboarded no cards. And despite getting smashed there, I'm tempted to do the same thing. Maybe Duskwatch is worse than Lambholy here, if I think that I just need to buy time. We can at least try mixing it up. Let's assume Tireless Tracker's also a little on the slow side. And let's try this. I'm gonna keep this, but it could certainly end poorly. Ugh. No, I shouldn't keep this. Too many ways it can go wrong. I definitely don't need this many copies of the big things. Explosive Vegetation's good, but I don't think it's worth keeping a hand that can't even necessarily cast it and has no plays before it. This is better, I think. Definitely bottom this. Need to find a third land. That's the third land. Yeah, I think this hand is pretty good. It's more likely that my opponent has company than Ochitai's command. Getting hit by command is very bad. If I pilgrimage, I can play Ulamog next turn. So I guess I just do that. Alright, well that didn't work out the way I wanted. Alright, I get to play this anyway. Yeah, just get the creatures. I'm certainly getting Rogue's Passage here. And the question is whether I want to attack. If my opponent taps this with another Bounding Crisis, then I'm looking at 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so lethal. most likely my opponent's just activating Duskwatch. It's not flipping, so I'm only looking at 7 damage. 2 hits from Ulamog is lethal. This just kind of forces a chump block with Nissa. I think it's best to attack, actually. Alright, need some good draws. It's not a bad one. Okay, so I can go creature, creature, and at this point I don't think it's correct to attack. Very close. If I attack, then block, block. I'm fine if my opponent has nothing. But I died at any Reflector Mage, any removal spell, any Dromoka's Command is a removal spell, I guess. But I win if my opponent doesn't have any of that. If I stay back and my opponent Reflector Mages, then attacks with everything, I get to chump, eat this, go to 1, and then I can't replay Ulamog, and then I probably die anyway. I think I'm actually losing if my opponent has any of the things that beat me on the spot if I attack. So I think it's just right to attack. If my opponent had 1 less card in library, it wouldn't be right. Well, if my opponent activates Duskwatch Recruiter and then draws, that's 20. Then an attack is lethal. So I guess I don't attack because I'm pretty sure my opponent's going to want to activate Duskwatch, and then it doesn't change my clock to attack. Oh, unless my opponent just doesn't choose anything. I guess with this line, my opponent can find relevant things with Duskwatch, whereas if I attack, then it's just about whatever happens to be left. That's good. Putting random things into play helps a lot. It's good if this gets countered. That's pretty bad. Counter gain 4. Recognize that the drawing card is lethal and doesn't have anything in the graveyard to return. Could be a lot worse. So this is flipped, so attacking versus not attacking doesn't change my opponent's ability to use it. So I think I'm back to a spot where there's no real advantage to attacking, but it's even more real now. Oh, I played 2 spells. I'm stupid. So if this isn't flipping, I absolutely have to leave everything back, because my opponent just, if I attack, my opponent attacks with 3 things that have 3 power and I'm just dead. Given that this is flipping, it might have been right to attack, because now my opponent can use this to dig for Meddling Mage, or for Reflector Mage, or Bounding Crisis. Looks like thinning to the deck to try to find one. Found Jace, which doesn't do anything. Oh, but just had a Reflector Mage, I guess. Alright, well if my opponent just had Reflector Mage, then I don't think it mattered whether I attacked or not. He's just dead either way. Oh, but I'm not dead. Oh, but I can't replay Ulamog, so I'm functionally dead probably. Well, that's interesting. I guess I should take a Tarka. That was a very good draw. Alright. Definitely thought that I'd lost that. Alright. So I think I like the pacifists. Duskwatch Recruiter earned a bit of confidence there. I'm willing to keep a couple. I think I'll just leave it like this. It sounds so good if I draw a forest and I'm on the draw. I need to think about this. Like 3 draws to be really happy about it. I believe I have 11 forests and 4 evolving wilds. So it's like 15. If the matchup were worse, I think I'd mulligan, but I actually think it's pretty reasonable. Or if the matchup were worse, I would keep, but I think the matchup's actually pretty reasonable. I think I can mulligan and win with a reasonable hand, so I'm gonna mulligan. I'll put this on top. probably actually going to lead Pacifist. I mean, if my opponent plays a creature, I'll play Pacifist. If my opponent doesn't, I'll play Deathcap, basically. If it's Jace, I'll play Deathcap. Alright, it's Jace, so I guess I'm playing Deathcap. Guess I might as well Explosive Vegetation rather than attacking for 2. Lead with Lamb, Hope, Pacifist, because I would rather get that countered. Now I'll play Advocate. Partial miss is certainly good for me. Position to get pretty punished for this being Pacifist instead of Recruiter. Oof. And I can kill my Advocate. Thin the deck. Hope to find something good. The game really has me wondering about this pacifist first Duskwatch recruiter thing. It really is important to do powerful things in this matchup, and Duskwatch helps make sure that I can actually do that. No, I needed that. Alright, I do not think that I can win. No, doesn't work. What's this thing? Only to cast color spells, alright. Oh, so it actually doesn't work with the drones, okay. Or with the clues. I don't think even Uloma can save me now. Do I have to kill Jace? Let's see. All it finds is commands. Wait, I think I might just have to kill attackers. My opponent has a lot of attackers and I have not a lot of life. So if I kill these two things, then it's 3 attackers and I have 3 blockers. The blockers don't line up super well. I'm so unlikely to win this game. Alright, I'm just gonna kill these things. I almost certainly die. Didn't even activate the Duskwatch recruiter. That's not a good sign. That is some of the anything that kills me.